Well, here I am in bed, relaxed. I can say whatever I like, within reason, as long as I don't slander anyone. Right? Well, when I say slander, I run down certain institutions and almost individual people that belong to it. So even I'm on YouTube, you can get away with a bit, but you can't do any highly slanderous slander to people. We all say things that go against other people, and they could call it slander, I suppose. Poor old Kevin Rudd, eh? The things they say about him and different politicians, eh? Could he say that's slander? We go against different institutions and the people running them. Is that slander? Right? So we're allowed a little bit of latitude, but there's a limit. Sometimes I feel that I've gone over the limit. Sometimes I don't know how. Well, I don't know how I've got away with it, because other people have, and they probably think, well, if they pull me into line, they've got to pull half the people on YouTube into line. You mean they all bend the rules a bit, so to some degree or other. But anyhow, we're lucky, aren't we, to do what I'm doing here. Lie in bed, say what I think, press a few buttons, and it's presented to the whole world. Right? Doesn't cost you that much money. Well, a little bit. Computers play up a bit on you. Right? But by and large, it's not very expensive. Right? If you want to present yourself some other way, it could be very expensive. But YouTube, it's not too bad. Right? Mind you, there's millions and millions of people on it, and there's lots of crackpots on it. So, if you go onto YouTube looking for the truth, you've got to fish through it a bit to get the most sensible ones. And the amazing thing is this: I've noticed that the people that are often the most sensible and putting through the most important things, sensible things, only get a small number of views. They don't get a lot of views. Right? And people that are really, in my estimation anyway, practically stupid, they get thousands and thousands of views doing silly things. So, I suppose that leaves the door open for us to be a little bit slack, right? But anyway, what I'll have to do is I'll have to get a little board I can put there and write all the list of things I want to present, so I don't forget them. I can go through them, right? I often wonder how these presenters get on TV. They sort of, they're not reading it. They're not reading anything. You can't see them reading anything. I wonder if they've got a board in front of them, a reading board, right? So when they announce the different things, the news and everything, I suppose a lot of them remember everything, but they can't remember it all. I suppose they've got a memory board there somewhere where they can just look up, right? In the old shows there, they used to have that people on the stage. They used to have that little bloke in a little box in the front of the stage, and if they got their lines, he'd probably present it to them in that little box. But anyhow, I don't need to have a good memory for what I'm saying, because it's not life or death, and I can make a few mistakes and get away with it. Although you get what you call comments on this thing. What I'm saying now, if I presented it, right? I could get some comments. People can comment about it, you know. They liked it or they disliked it, right? Right? They might say, oh, you look a bit scruffy, Arthur. Why didn't you present yourself better? Why lie there in bed, right? Do yourself up. Get in a chair, put your collar on, put your tie on and everything, right? Present yourself properly. But, well, I'm getting away with it. Well, there's one thing about it anyway. I'm a bit laid back. Physically, I'm laid back now in bed, but mentally I'm laid back, right? I take things a bit easy, right? I'm not, what can I say, ultra correct. I bend the rules a little bit. You know what I mean? Well, people don't mind that. Some people don't like absolute rigidity, or whatever you call it. They like things to be a little bit, you know, loose, right? So they can relax, right? But some people don't. Some seem to like everything exact. You know, I go dancing a bit, and when you're in some of those dances, you know, the barn dance or some of the other dances where you go around the circle, right? If you put a bit of a variation on, or you don't do the step, you put the bloke, and they put the couple behind you out, right? So you've got to try and keep proper, right? But sometimes I put a little variation in. I don't think the people behind me are too happy about that. They say this dance is going to be done properly, right? Do it properly. Don't go mucking about, right? If you want to do that, do it on another, do it on, go at jiving doing it or something like that, right? But when you're doing the swing waltz or these different dances, you know, keep in line and do the correct steps. Well, anyhow, I don't know about you. Are you prim and proper in life? Do you do everything exactly? Or sometimes do you sometimes like to bend the rules? All right. Or say things that are a little bit tenuous and they backfire on you. You just say them jokingly and they backfire on you. Has that ever happened to you? Mostly it doesn't. Most people like it a bit of a joke. They like a little bit of communication. But there's a few that's prim and proper, you know, and you say something and, you know, be taken 2 words probably. Anyhow, I'll sign off that. See how this comes out.